Hello everyone, Finest is back again. If you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Finest. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me. So for today, pregnant, new mom, expecting or planning to be pregnant, you know anyone who is planning to have a baby, come hear this. I am going to be using myself as example to reach out to as many as need the help and advice out there. So when people say it's easy, you can do it alone, you can take care of your baby alone. Ah, from my own experience, no, it wasn't easy. My baby is 6 months old, and till today, I am still trying to find my feet. It has not been easy, but somehow we are getting there. Somehow my baby is better. He's a bigger boy, but yet he's still so demanding. All babies are not the same. This is my third, and then some persons will also say, um, you're not a new mom, so you're already used to these things. For me, having the gap of 7 years before I had my third baby isn't enough time to have forgotten everything I did. It's easier by the day because um, baby is strong, he's healthy, but the journey wasn't so easy at start. If only I can take back the hands of time now, I will gladly get someone to come help me. If there is nobody around, get a nanny. Get a nanny because you need time for yourself. Don't forget you are human, and there are a lot of things that you have been doing there, your lifestyle, or things that you like to do, things that make you happy, things you're already used to doing, other responsibilities. It could be work, even if you're on maternity leave. You also have um, responsibilities, especially when you have older children. You still have to create time for them. You need to create time for yourself. It is not so easy, as you say. Talking from experience, not until you wear the shoes you won't really know where it pinches. I, for one, I was encouraged by friends and family that I could do it, especially not being the first time being the third child. Um, and then day one, yes, I'm gonna put the video somewhere in here so you see me bathing my baby. I got back from the hospital with the pain. I was discharged the very day I gave birth to him because he was perfectly fine after all the checks were carried out. I only had a delay with lactation. Coming back to that, so when we got home, there was nobody. I had to bath my baby. My husband assisted in his little way. So this is how I managed to bath him with his tiny body wiggling and and crying, but somehow I had to do it because there was nobody there. Of course, I had my assistants and my crew around with all the excitement. You see the video, tell me who did the video, and I'll tell you how he assisted. So I bathed my baby. My husband had made my dinner. The other children were there with us. We managed to change him, the excitement and everything. Coming down to bedtime, he was not sleeping. The sleepless days and nights lingered for so long. It lingered up to a few weeks back when I started noticing the changes. Okay, he could sleep better. Else, for the first 2 months, he was literally sleeping on my chest. He was fuzzy. He was not the very comfortable baby. They say it's reflux or colic. I kept going online to do research to find out what was wrong. At this point, I had forgotten everything about myself. The care um, was there because I had my sister come in a few days after I had my baby. She was very helpful. A wonderful mother is who she is. But because of work responsibilities and how in the family she had to leave, so it was just a few days. And after that, I also had a help from my husband's office who she used to come during the day and go back in the evening. But because I used to spend most of my nights awake during the day, I would, like they say, when baby's sleeping, you have to sleep. So because I had picked up the habit of having my baby on my chest, which is what made him more relaxed and he could sleep. When he's sleeping, I'm sleeping. What I do is I prop up pillows on both sides in the middle of the bed so that he doesn't sleep off when I do so because I get really fatigued. When I say make sure you have someone to come take care of you and your baby, even if it's for a few weeks. I mean, if it's not for you, if you're able to take care of yourself, then for your baby's sake. I am saying this because along the line, I started noticing some things about my baby which ought to have been seen or checked at the early age. Talking about colic and reflux, you cannot it is so difficult to actually describe what is wrong with the baby. Even the consultants, the pediatricians just give their advice, but not until they carry out checks and tests they would never be able to know what's wrong with your baby. So at some point I had forgotten all about myself. I was now concentrating on the baby. My tummy is still very big. I'm not going to show that to you, but probably hopefully with time I'm going to work on that. And before you know it, time just passes and it's time to get back to work, which is also a big deal for me as I speak, trying to find my feet and decide what exactly I want to go back to. Lots of things you need to look out for when caring for your baby. I remember mine from when we went for from the navel, starting with the navel. That was quite overwhelming for me. Having to bath the baby, changing the diaper, you keep moving the pegs, and then you're careful. They say clean. People come with all sorts of advice. You don't know what to do, but then you just keep moving on. Another thing is always speak to people. Talk to your friends, talk to your siblings, talk to your families, your health visitor. If you're worried about anything, please do not hesitate to ring your GP or the health center so that they can have your baby checked. For me, it was the navel I started to worry about. Oh, it was taking too long. I kept calling. The truth is, I cannot remember what happened to or how we managed the first and second babies because my mom was there and she was doing literally everything while I was just relaxed. Yes, thanks to her. um, so after the navel, we went for the circumcision. And then circumcision, you have to follow the rules of soaking in water, checking the rings if it has fallen off. From there, we went into feeding. Okay, let me take you back. The first few days after I gave birth, I usually do not lactate. I don't know why. I think people are just different, and that is me. No matter what we try, eat healthy, drink lots of fluid, eat heavy meals, relax, have warm bath. Lots of advice out there. Everything I tried, my milk was not forthcoming. So right there at the hospital before we left, they have given us some bottled, some formula, baby formulas, which I started him on. I was bent on breastfeeding. So when we got home, I kept trying over and over again to see if my milk could come in, but it wasn't coming in as expected. So we had to continue him on formula. Few days after he became constipated. I remember at some point we changed formula and from constipation we went into bad diarrhea. Diarrhea. He started stooling. I kept calling, I kept going online, checking and checking all sorts. So I joined the support groups and as luck would have it, and I had a friend visit one day. Baby was almost 2 months old. He was still on formula, but then we had that issue of constipation and reflux. So when my friend visited, she was like, she gave her advice. I was happy she came. I told her, I'm glad you came. And after she left, I started breastfeeding. I breastfed him for day one, day two, and he was absolutely fine. And that was how I continued. So I was happy that my friend came. And then somehow, I wish she had come earlier, which is why I say if you have someone with you, they will notice things and they will actually help you go through that line of what you really need to do. There are lots of things that this person will notice, might notice that you will not notice. If you are the very observant person, you are the one that has, or you are the one that is able to notice these things, then you will be more relaxed. You will have more time to actually notice these things. And while you're taking care of the baby, the person is taking care of you, or while you are concentrating on taking care of your baby and yourself, then the person is helping you with the house chores and every other thing, even the company. Trust me, it's a thin line between being sane and being insane. When they talk about postpartum depression, it is real. I'm actually going to do a video on that and explain how I managed to escape it, because I think I was very close to losing it. It's overwhelming. Tell me, I am strong. Yes, I know, but everybody needs help somehow at some point. So please, as you are making all the plans towards having your baby, get someone to help you. Do not mind the cost or the inconvenience of having someone. It is worth it at the end. If I can take back the hands of time, I will get someone to help me take care of my baby. Number two, while you make other plans like I did, I was concentrating on every other thing, on having the delivery, on how I was going to have my baby, because my baby is big. I was also torn in between um, choosing how to breast my baby, whether through the cesarean session or normal delivery. I'm gonna come back to that maybe in my next video. So I was distracted with with making the decision. I was a bit worried. I was contemplating what was the best option to take. So I forgot completely about how I was gonna feed my baby, and that was one of the issues I had. So please, your number one plan should be getting help, making the plans of who is going to come help, who is going to actually come and live with you for the first few weeks after you have your baby. It is very important. I cannot overemphasize that. Um, the second thing is plan for how you will feed your baby. It is very essential. Breastfeeding is the best. I can say from experience, in as much as I had difficulties because I did not um, plan that. I don't know how I missed planning how I was going to birth the baby until baby was eventually born and placed in my hands. That was what I remembered. Okay, I have to feed my baby. Do not forget that. Also, do not forget that your health is important. Your personal hygiene is important. You must learn about postpartum depression and see how you can work towards not getting into it, because it is real. Also, consider the fact that you are human and you cannot do it all. Um, make a list of the things you'll be needing. Start buying them now. Do not wait like I did and then um, ended up buying some things in a hurry. So please, if you notice anything about your baby, do not hesitate to ring your GP. Do not hesitate to ask questions. Do not hesitate to let someone know and raise the issue, because you have issues like the tongue tie, help with constipation, sleepless nights in babies, um, soft spots issues. At some point, I kept telling myself, this is a passing phase, it will pass soon. And yes, it is almost over. In as much as they remain babies for a very long time, you have to keep taking care of them. Even my 9 and 7 are still babies in my hands. I would say it's not the same way. Once they're like 1 or 2, it gets easier. So just keep going. You are strong, you are beautiful, you are bold, you're a good mom, you're doing well. Um, stay encouraged. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment and then share to whoever is planning to be a mom out there. You never know who will benefit from this. Thank you guys for watching. Love you and see you in the next video. Bye.